In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew announces geothermal contract to be awarded end of July. Jamaica presses ahead with Republic transition, and Trump administration releases files on Martin Luther King Jr. We'll be back with more after this break.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. Today is Monday, the 22nd, Tuesday the 22nd of July. I am Jasmine Thomas. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew has announced that the geothermal energy project in Nevis is poised to enter a decisive phase, with the winning contractor for drilling production wells set to be named by the end of July. Speaking on Freedom FM's Issues program on Thursday, 17 July, Dr. Drew underscored the significance of this milestone in achieving the government's Sustainable Island State agenda, stating, "We have raised the funding to construct the power plant, and by month's end, the winning bid for the drilling works will be selected." This project is a cornerstone of the Federation's commitment to renewable energy. Negotiations spearheaded by Prime Minister Drew have drawn interest and funding from international stakeholders, including the Caribbean Development Bank, the Saudi Fund for Development, and the UAE's K&K Group, the latter providing technical leadership alongside Siemens Energy. Dr. Drew emphasized the transformative impact of geothermal energy on the Federation's energy outlook and economic trajectory, noting its potential to generate approximately 50 to 60 megawatts, sufficient to power both islands, and position St. Kitts and Nevis as a potential exporter of clean energy. The project is a collaborative federal and Nevis Island administration initiative. Premier Brantley expressed support for the project in March, describing it as a demonstration of shared leadership and vision. With drilling set to begin imminently and contract awards expected by the 31st of July, the government is advancing rapidly towards implementing a geothermal plant and the necessary subsea cable linking Nevis to St. Kitts. Once completed, the facility will be a transformative asset, providing affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy to fuel national development and enhance regional leadership in renewable energy. The order paper has been issued for a sitting of the National Assembly to be held at the National Assembly Chambers Government Headquarters, Bastille, on the 24th of July at 10 in the morning. Notice have been given. 3 bills will receive their second reading as the government's good governance legislative agenda continues. The Honorable Prime Minister and Minister responsible for Finance, National Security, Citizenship and Immigration, Health and Social Security, Dr. Terence Drew, will move the second reading of the Larceny Amendment Bill 2025, which had its first reading on the 10th of July 2025, and the Gang Prohibition and Prevention Amendment Bill 2024, which was read a first time on the 18th of September in 2024. Then the Honorable Attorney General and Minister responsible for Justice and Legal Affairs, Gas Wilkin, will move the second reading of the bill Judge Alone Trials Amendment Bill 2025. The bill had its first reading on the 10th of July. West Indies cricket has been receiving criticism for performances on the pitch in recent times. However, despite the challenges faced, Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew believes the regional cricket team remains important to the Caribbean. Prime Minister Drew emphasized that keeping West Indies cricket alive is important for the people of the Caribbean.
It's critically important for us to maintain West Indies cricket. I'm part of the CARICOM Leadership Bureau at this time with Prime Minister Mia Mottley and Prime Minister Andrew Holness. And cricket is one of the things we'll discuss today in a meeting along with the Prime Ministers who are part of the committee dealing with West Indies cricket. We have to preserve West Indies cricket, and I'm committed to that, and we are committed to that.
Prime Minister Drew believes investment at all levels in the game is what is needed to get West Indies cricket back to its competitive best.
There needs to be more investments. The organization also has to be strengthened as well. But we also need to have sports at the grassroots level. Just like we are doing with the football camp, we need cricket camps like these at the very grassroots level so that the talent can, come to fruition. And these, would-be players will become real players on the international cricket scene. So I say that investments, strengthening organization and leadership, and 3, to have cricket at the very grassroots level with a channel to get them on.
The West Indies are scheduled to play 3 T20 internationals against Australia on the 25th, 26th and 28th of July, and Prime Minister Drew is backing the regional team to do well in these series.
Very, very excited. As you can see, St. Kitts has the buzz, and I welcome Australia, of course, and of course the West Indies, they're on their home turf. Of course, I'm rooting hard for the West Indies, and I wish them well. But at the same time, I wish the Australians a safe tour to the Caribbean. So my lasting thing to the West Indies team is go out and always remember you're not representing yourself. You're representing your region and your people. And with that in mind, I think it can help them to achieve great.
The games at Warner Park all begin at 7 in the evening. After the break, we take a look at the regional and international news.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
In regional news, with critics questioning the pace of Jamaica's journey toward cutting ties with the British monarchy, Legal and Constitutional Affairs Minister Marlene Malahoo Fort is pushing back, declaring that the island is closer than ever to becoming a republic. In what she called the most significant post-independence effort yet, Malahoo Fort reaffirmed the government's commitment to bold constitutional reform despite political roadblocks and procedural delays. Key developments over the past 2 years include the release of the Constitutional Reform Committee's CRC recommendations, the amendment of the Section 61 of the Jamaican Constitution, and most notably, the tabling of the Constitution Amendment Republic Bill 2024. And now for news on the international scene. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has released a trove of records on the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., including FBI surveillance files on the civil rights leader. A court-imposed order had kept the documents totaling 230,000 pages blocked from public view since 1977. Prominent members of King's family had opposed the release. A statement from the 2 living children condemned any attempts to misuse these documents in ways intended to undermine our father's legacy. King, a Baptist minister, was shot in Memphis on the 4th of April in 1968 at age 39. James Earl Ray, a career criminal, pleaded guilty to the killing but later renounced his plea. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. Grace and peace be multiplied to you.